Morning. Yeah. Huh. Oh, young Earth creationism. Yeah. About 100 years ago, a devout Christian named Father Georges Lemaitre discovered what we now call the Big Bang model of the universe. And he made this discovery by doing mathematical calculations and arrived at the conclusion that approximately 14 to 15 billion years ago, the entire universe had been crushed together into a tiny, tiny space of infinite mass and density. And he presented his calculations to Albert Einstein, who at the time still believed in the steady state model of the universe. And of course, Einstein rejected Lemaitrie's calculations as an attempt by those pesky Christians to try to shoehorn religion into science. But then Einstein went back over his research and realized that his cosmological constant was quite literally a fudge factor that he had made up because he was frightened. And the thing that frightened him was the idea that his theory of relativity required a finite universe with a clear beginning. So the cosmological constant was created to avoid a beginning of the universe. Once Einstein scrapped the cosmological constant, of course, relativity suddenly made perfectly good sense. And Einstein was able to write to Lemaitre and say, "No, you were right. I was wrong." And this is how good science works. Now, Lemaitre may have been a little bit influenced by the Bible. He may have also been influenced by other works of classic religious literature. But what is important is he based his science on facts, not religion, not wishful thinking, but facts, the hard facts on the ground, the numbers, which never lie. And numbers never lie. And he applied mathematics to the question and came to a conclusion. Now, of course, over the years, Georges Lemaitrie's rather over-generous estimate for the age of the universe was corrected down to 13.5 billion years. But for a first shot, Lemaitrie's calculations were pretty damn good. Now, since then, many more scientists have refined the work done by their predecessors because, after all, science is not about one person making a proclamation from on high and then everybody else towing the line and professing their belief. It is about addressing the position of one's predecessors and saying, but is it correct? Is it correct? Or is it a mistake? And of course, we discovered that Einstein was wrong in his cosmological constant. We discovered that Lemaitre was wrong in his overgenerous estimate. And we have worked our way down to the point where we're pretty confident that it's about 13.5 billion years old. But at the same time, we're also learning more about it. And in particular, we're learning a lot about the first 10 to 15 seconds of the history of the universe. Science makes progress. Progress happens. We learn more. Old science is proven to have been not quite as accurate as the people had hoped, and so we refine our knowledge, we refine our understanding, we learn more. Because again, science is not a book of answers. It is a way of asking questions in a way that allows us to form meaningful answers about the nature of reality and the universe. And these answers don't have to feel good. They just have to work. And that is the soul of science. Answers that work. Something to think about.